What's poppin', y'all? We're back. Undertale Deltarune newsletter fall of 2025. Yay! 10th anniversary. Yeah, it's awesome. It's epic. So I saw on Twitter that Toby has COVID. Oh my god, we're twinning. I'm sick. I don't know if it's COVID or not, but I have like the same symptoms that I would get if I have COVID, so I assume it is, but I don't know. I'm a little under the weather, so if I sound different, then that's why. Or if I sound the same, it's because I'm always congested. So there you go. There's a lore fact. All right, now let's dive into the Deltarune lore. Okay, newsletter time. I'm excited. It's been 10 years since Undertale released. Therefore, Undertale 10th anniversary event. That's right. Yay! Do we get to see the flowers? Let's have a stream where we play through Undertale, just like we played through Deltarune Chapter 1. Looks at the calendar and realizes that the anniversary is on a weekday. Why don't we do this on a weekend after the anniversary instead? Okay. The event will run across 2 days at 4 p.m. PT on September 20th and 21st. Ooh, that's coming up. It's like, is that this weekend? I think that might be. Let me double check. Yes, it is. That's this weekend. That's crazy. All right. Ooh, okay. They got their own little site going on. Huh. And it links to their Twitch. Okay, gotcha. That's right. When we tried playing through everything, it took over 8 hours. So we had to split it up. We'll have to play half of the game one day and half of the game the next day. That sure is a long time to talk. Is anyone going to enjoy watching this? I will. I'll enjoy. And the people that watch me play through all of Undertale, I assume they'll have a funner time than on my live stream. So I wonder if Toby's gonna do genocide. I'm actually curious if he's gonna do genocide. That'd be really funny. That would kind of go against like his own message, because like the message of Undertale is like, you know, after you do true pacifist, it's like, okay, go on, play another game, or you know, touch grass or whatever, but you're obsessive, you want more, so you kill everyone. I wonder if Toby's actually gonna do that. Chapter 3 and 4 came out. That's right, last time Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 came out. I really want to look back at on these chapters and discuss my thoughts. Okay, please do. This will be epic, but I don't have the time to do it right now. The anniversary's coming up. There's no time to discuss this now. Okay. Epic. Thanks, Toby. Please do this eventually. All right? Please. Chapter 5 progress. Yes, is what we need. Oh, the floral pattern. I mean, it's like 10 billion% like Flower Shop. Like, literally. Look at this. Toby's wearing fucking Asgore's shirt. Instead, let's talk about Chapter 5. Some of you might be wondering what kind of chapter it is. Well, right now, there is no reason to tell you that. Both of us like surprises, right? I think of everything in Chapter 5, or in the chapter, there is very little I would like to share. That being said, as an act of goodwill, I would like to spoil one optional castle town scene. This scene assumes you have seen the special room in Chapter 4. Let's go! Batat, or the Green Pippin. Let me see. The sneaking room! The sneaking music's back. Ow! Oh, this is gonna be tough to my voices. Oh, I'm sick. Ow! Hey, boss. Someone just knocked. You think that's Teta? No way, it's not Tenna, rubber brain. It was him that knocked me more glooby. True, very true. Why do you keep going ow? Is it because it's too sour? Lemon too sour? By the way, what the heck is that drink you got me drinking? Battery acid? Battery what? What the heck made you think I drank that? Well, it's my theory, boss. Use a green so you look good with the green drink. Theory? That's not a theory, that's just... You think just because something looks cool, that makes it correct? Yes. Yeah. It do be kinda looking cool. Whatever. Ow. Ow. I like the cat mic, the Pluie, as they say in the industry. All right, that was awesome. Next time I can show you more from Castletown. Hey, I like the blinking of the eye, flutter of the eyelashes. Very nice. I love the 3 mics. They're awesome. Like, I think that was a perfect send off for the character. This is the current state, says of progress as of September 8th, 2025. Areas. The early parts of Chapter 5 are complete, but need polish in optional areas. Maybe the last 40% or so of the game is in a rough first pass state, and the last 10% is in a prototyping state. Ooh. Probably around 85% of cutscenes have been curated up to a first draft state. However, of those, at least 20% or so will require more polish. And we got like a little tree. That's like a little pine tree. That's like a Christmas tree. But it also has like the colors of the Scarlet Forest. I mean, I definitely think that's going to be in Flower Shop, but I'm just curious, like, are we going to be getting like chapter 1 sort of like reminiscent stuff, like a similar sort of vibe area? Enemies. Regular enemies are mostly done. One programmer is already working on the regular enemy bullet patterns of chapter 6. Guys, that's crazy because this is the first time Toby has ever mentioned anything like chapter 6 development related. Like literally, chapter 6. Damn. I'm just curious now, do you think we'll actually get like chapter 6 like a couple years after 5? Like not like in a super long wait, like after like how long it took for 3 and 4, but do you think it'll be like maybe like a year or 2 after chapter 5 releases? That's gonna be crazy. The direction of the boss battles have been decided and many boss attacks have already been completed. Asgore boss attacks. Once the attacks are finished, the next goal will be to arrange the attacks and make adjustments to them if necessary to fit the atmosphere of the battle. Yes. Oh my god, it's gonna be so cool. Asgore's gonna destroy the spare button, just like how he did in Undertale. With chapters 3 and 4, there were some creative hurdles, which made developing parts of the game difficult. How to do the boards of chapter 3, how to design the events in Noelle's house, etc. Once we got past those hurdles and expanded the team, everything went much more smoothly. Okay, that's what I figured. You know, all the little mini games definitely took up a ton of development time, I assume. Chapter 5 was not without hurdles, but we already passed all the obvious ones. So there's little to get in our way now. We just need to keep making the game. Awesome. Yes. Oh my god, a year after chapter 3 and 4 is gonna be amazing. The rough timeline will look like this. Oh, so we got QC, and I forget, I don't know the name of this person, but they were in Undertale. They're like the innkeeper in Snood, and I'm pretty sure, but I assume we'll see them in the festival. So the rough timeline will look like this. Making the game, we are here. Localization, making the game, porting game, yep. Finish, testing, bug fixing, release. Yes, correctamundo. That is what we be doing. Currently, we have one main deadline. I want to begin the translation by the end of 2025. After that point, gameplay changes will be acceptable, but large-scale text and story changes will be heavily frowned upon. Factoring the localization and testing, I don't think that the game will be released in the first half of 2026. That's what I figured. I mean, I think thematically, I think it'd be really cool if it released on Christmas Day of 2026. I think that'd be really cool. I'm realistically expecting like later half of 2026, like the fall to winter time. That's not a surprise, right? From last time's updates, you guys have access to exactly how long each step of development took, and I appreciate that. Comparing it to Silksong to Deltarune, we have gotten so many updates with Deltarune where Silksong has been radio silent, and I heavily appreciate that because we kind of knew when it was like coming near, even if we didn't get a release date, which I really appreciate. So I love the transparency, and I think more developers should do that. Anyway, we don't have any external factors surrounding the release date this time. We'll release it when it's done, and we will continue to update you guys on our progress of its completion. Thank you, Toby, for the updates. Like, honestly, thank you. One of the most like transparent indie game developers I've ever seen. Toby Fox voice acting for Homestuck. Okay, here we go. This is what made Twitter have a moment. There's a lot of discourse about this. So what does Toby have to say? Let me tell you about Homestuck. If you haven't heard of Homestuck, it was a webcomic that basically launched my career. Back in 2010, I was a high school student with no aspirations for music composing at all. That was until I discovered this webcomic, which I really liked. You see, the comic's animated sequences had music created by a team of very talented musicians, the Homestuck music team. I wanted nothing more than to be a part of my beloved comic just like them. So one day, when a call was put up for additional musicians, I instantly took this opportunity to become a composer. I made some bad music, sent it over, and the author of the comic added me to the group. Well, I didn't want to waste the opportunity of being added, so I tried really hard to make as much music as I could, combining as many motifs as I could from the other musicians. It was that experience which forged me into the composer I am today. Additionally, thanks to my association with the comic, I have gained a following on social media, which really helped me when I made a Kickstarter for my game Undertale. You know, the thing that which enabled me to make the game. I even initially reached out to Temmie specifically because of Homestuck fan art she did on Tumblr. Oh wow. So I really owe a lot to Homestuck. It made me better at music, allowed me to make my game, connected me with many important friendships, and it taught me lessons on how to deal with fandom and the importance of valuing your fans. In my mind, it's basically a debt I might never be able to repay. Therefore, when I was asked if I could help out with the new Homestuck animation, I said I would give it a shot. Surprisingly, the request was not for music, but my voice acting. Still, I felt like I should help out. Waiting at the voice acting studio was another surprise. A few minutes into recording with the voice director, I noticed, hey, isn't this guy Resting's voice, what is that, Daggett? From Angry Beavers? It turned out the voice director was the voice of Invader Zim, Richard David Horvitz. The recording session took a few hours, but it was so much fun that it felt like it ended pretty much immediately. I'm not really a pro, so I was nervous about the result, but Invader Zim told me that I did a good job, so I just have to trust him. Alright. You met Invader Zim, Toby. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, that was my experience helping out. Now I'd like to show you the trailer. I play the role of John Egbert, the kid wearing glasses. But first, a warning for the more sensitive members of my audience. Homestuck has a lot of dirty language, and they had me say some pretty profound things. So if you're a kid, would rather not hear these words, don't watch. Should I give a reaction to the pilot? All right, let me drink some water and then I could do that. I should preface that I've only like dabbled in Homestuck. I've read a little bit. It was like halfway through the I think Act 2 is what it's called, but like the one where like you actually get to like take on the perspective of the trolls or whatever. I got halfway through that and then I took a break because I got busy and then I just never picked it back up. So that's my experience with Homestuck. I do know somewhat of the history and just like the general discussion around it, as well as, you know, Toby's involvement in the Homestuck community for the most part. So anyway, yeah, I'll give my reaction. I've already seen it, but we'll do it again. For you guys. For you guys.
I think it arrived, but my dad probably has
That
it.
is
I've
Toby.
been trying to avoid him, as you can
That do be
well
Toby
imagine.
though. I do think the animation's like really good. Like I will say, if we're just going based off of animation alone, I do think it's good. Okay. I am curious to see how they're gonna adapt some of the stuff because it is like mostly just walls of text. Spindle Rule, which is like it's like a sub branch, Australian branch of Fizzy Pop's like animation studio that made Hazbin Hotel and Hello Boss. So that's why Twitter was getting kind of crazy because Fizzy Pop was involved. And also I know Andrew Hussey, the person that made Homestuck, also has some controversy surrounding them. But I don't know the specifics, like all the details, so I'm not gonna get into it. But that's why Twitter was kind of like blowing up. All right, Off music. Fangamer developed an alternate version of Off, available for Nintendo Switch and Steam. It's a legendary RPG Maker game. The characters were inspirations for the designs of Sans and Papyrus. ACC, the musician of the original version, available online for free forever, didn't want his music to be used in the remake, but also didn't have a problem with us making new tracks. It's a bit of a strange circumstance, but I was asked by Off creator Mortis Ghost to help. So I made some tracks for the game. You can download all my songs for free here. Ooh. Yeah, if you didn't see, I did play a little bit of Off on stream. I plan to continue it, but yeah, I like the new music. It's like White Meat, I think is the new battle theme that is composed by Toby Fox and another person that I forget, but it was good. It was really good. Fan musical albums. Recently, there have been some musical albums consisting of Undertale and Deltarune covers, which I have been encouraged to recommend to you. The Deltarune piano collections. Ooh, this is really good. Piano arrangements of Deltarune. Music by Trevor Allen Gomes. I really recommend giving this one a listen. It's available on YouTube if you want to sample it for free. Monster Cat X Undertale upcoming on October 6th, an album of electronic Undertale arrangements curated by Monster Cat and Firaga Records. Many different artists worked very hard to put this album together, and the creativity shines through. The album releases Monday, October 6th, with a physical edition to follow. Click here for the first to listen to it. Awesome. When I searched Tenna on Fangamer Store, a shirt for Enna came up. Awesome. It doesn't look like my usual merchandise, but I guess I should tell you guys to buy it. Yeah, go buy Enna merch, Please, Enna. I love Enna. I think I got, fuck, I'm blanking, but I think I might have gotten the Tenna. I definitely pre-ordered a Spamton. I think I also pre-ordered, I forget. I think it might have just been a Spamton, but yeah, I need to get the Tenna Blush. Tenna Blush. Conclusion, 10 years passing is annoying. Does that mean I'm annoying? No. Anyway, I'll save my words for the event. Okay, that was a newsletter. I mean, that was basically what I was expecting, honestly. I mean, I was hoping that we would get to know like what the flowers are for. The flowers that we made, like what the memory thing, like what is that for? I don't think we have a confirmation on what that is. I just want to know what that is for, honestly. We might get something at the end of the live stream, like an announcement for that, I hope, or something. But yeah, it's at the end of this week, so that's honestly crazy. That is the newsletter, you know? I like the newsletters, you know? I never expect like anything super crazy with the newsletters, but the little bits and pieces that we do get, and especially if it's like when we do get something big, like with the Spamton sweepstakes, it's always a treat. So I'm happy to be back with the newsletters, honestly. I did kind of miss them, I'm not gonna lie. It felt weird, because in the Chapter 2 era, we were getting nothing but newsletters, basically, and that's all we had to speculate about, but now we just had a full-ass game that we could play and talk about. So yeah, it's good to be back. That's all I gotta say. Deltarune. Let me shout out the Patreon because we got some members, which I heavily appreciate so much. Thank you. We have our $3 members. So they're up on screen right now. Thank you. And then we have the one, the only $10 Oni Mass tier member, Xori. Thank you, Xori, for the $10. It really does mean a lot. Thank you. And thank you to the other patrons in the Gas Max tier that we have so far. It really does mean a lot and helps make this a reality. If you want to see more Deltarune, like, subscribe, comment, whatever. And then yeah, the next video will be the theory review video, so do not worry. I just wanted to upload this as just a little thing in the meantime because it might be a little bit, so I'll see you all then. Happy Deltarune, happy Undertale 10th anniversary. Adios and goodbye.